Good morning, students. We're going to be starting a new unit today on geography, focusing on map skills. I know you must have lots of questions about maps. For instance, what are maps? What is a map grid? What are the features of a map? How do I read a map? What is an equator? A prime meridian? What are hemispheres? Latitude and longitude? Well, these are a lot of questions, and we're going to answer all of these questions throughout our unit. So let's get started. So here we have the different continents and oceans that we're going to focus on during this unit. We have the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Southern Ocean, also used to be called the Antarctica Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Our continents that we're going to focus on in this unit are North America, South America, Africa, Antarctica, Europe, Asia, Australia. So let's talk about some of those map features that we have. If you take a look, you're going to notice that the Earth is separated into four different hemispheres. You're going to notice a line that comes straight down the middle from north to south. That's called the prime meridian. It separates what is west and what is east. For instance, North America is in the western hemisphere. Asia is in the eastern hemisphere. Also notice there is a line called the equator. It goes through the center of the Earth. This line helps us determine what is the northern hemisphere and what is the southern hemisphere. For instance, North America is in the northern hemisphere. Australia is in the southern hemisphere. You're going to learn as we continue on with this unit that some of our continents are actually in both northern and southern. For instance, South America, it is in north hemisphere and south hemisphere. So now let's talk about map parts. You want to make sure that you know how to read a map, and a map has many parts. One of the very first things that you need to look at is your map title. This is going to tell you if you are looking at the right map. So here we have our map title. It's called the Wi-Fi Campground. The second thing you want to look at is the legend. The legend is going to tell you what all of the symbols on the map mean. The last thing that you're going to look at is the compass rose. This tells you your directions: north, south, east, and west. So now let's take a look real quick as an example at the map legend. Let's say we need to find the office, but we have no idea where it is. Well, one of the things that we could do is we could look at the legend and we could find the symbol for the office. And it looks like the symbol for the office is a square blue box with the letter A in it. So now I'm going to look at my map and I'm going to see if I can find the simple blue box with the letter A. And it looks like it's down here at the bottom of the map. That is the office, so that's where we would need to go and check in. So making sure that you know all the parts of a map is very important. Again, you have the title, tells you what you're looking at. The legend tells you how to use the map and what the symbols mean. And then the compass rose, which tells you your directions. Here we have an example of a different type of map. This is called a map grid. A map grid helps you locate places on a map, helps you find the coordinates, where something meets. This map that we're looking at is of Treasure Island. So let's first try to see if we can find the treasure chest. Everyone point to the treasure chest on your map grid. You see how it's located in a square? That square is our coordinate. It helps us determine exactly where this treasure chest is on a map. How do we do that? How do we get the coordinates? The coordinates are numbers and letters that tell us where to look. So we need to look at what number and what letter does this treasure chest meet at. So we're going to look to the left and we're going to see what number. 7. We're going to look to the south and see what letter. L. So we know if I said, find the treasure chest or tell me the coordinates of the treasure chest, we know it's 7L. What if we were looking for the skull and crossbones? Point to the skull and crossbones. What are the coordinates? Remember, look for the letter and the number. So letter is C, number is 4. So we would put 4C. We will do more work with this throughout the unit. Now let's look at our unit summary. What are we going to learn in this unit? What are you going to know at the end of the unit? You are going to be able to label and name all of the continents. You're going to be able to label and name all of the 5 oceans. You will be able to identify and label all of the hemispheres. Remember, northern, southern, eastern, western. You're going to be able to identify the equator. Remember, runs east to west, separates the northern and the southern hemisphere. You'll be able to identify the prime meridian. Separates the eastern and the western hemisphere, runs north to south through the center of the earth. You're going to be able to find coordinates using a grid map. And you're going to be able to identify the different parts of a map. Remember, title, legend, compass, rose. Now I know you're as excited as I am to get started on this. So let's go!